May 2025 Anfield was the center of the footballing world. Against all the odds, in his debut season, Arne Slot did the unthinkable. He brought the Premier League title back to the Liverpool to finish their season as the champions with 84 points, ending the Manchester City's back-to-back winning dynasty. Salah was the best on the planet, bagging 29 goals. It looked like the start of new era dominance after Klopp. But the celebration didn't last. The summer of 2025 became one of the darkest in the club's history. In July, the tragic passing of Diogo Jota sent shockwaves through the sport, leaving a void that no signing could truly fill. On the top of that, the squad faced a massive identity crisis. The heart of the team was ripped out as home ground hero Trent, Alexander-Arnold and sparking plug Luis Díaz both departed, leaving fans wondering, how do you replace the irreplaceable? Fast forward December 2025, the defending champions have hit a wall. Liverpool currently sits at the 7th place, a staggering drop of the top. They have conceded 24 goals in just 16 games, leaking goals like never before. The biggest shock, the Egyptian king Salah has been benched, and the public fallout with Arne Slot. A barren run of form has been left the team's greatest weapon neutralized. In this video, we're gonna talk about what is happening in Liverpool. To understand where Liverpool is struggling, you have to look at the great summer clear-out. Liverpool didn't just tweak the squad, they performed open-heart surgery on it. They sanctioned a shock 10 million move for Trent Alexander-Arnold to Real Madrid to avoid losing from free. Luis Díaz headed to Bayern for 65 million and Darwin Núñez took a massive payday in Saudi Arabia. But the biggest loss wasn't financial, it was emotional. The tragic passing of Diogo Jota in July robbed the club of its most clinical finisher and a massive piece of its soul. In response, Liverpool broke the bank. A British 125 million for Alexander-Isak and 100 million for German sensation Florian Wirtz. Jeremy Frimpong and Milo Kerkez arrived to revolutionize the fullback position. On paper, it's a FIFA ultimate team dream. In reality, it's a group of strangers trying to learn new language in the middle of hurricane. But here's where the recruitment get confusing. Liverpool spent nearly 200 million on two strikers, Isak and Ekitike, who both want to occupy the exact same space. With no natural left winger following the departure of Luis Díaz, the balance is gone. Slot is often forced to shove one of them out of the way, and drop into the midfield is already crowded by Florian Wirtz, McAllister and Szoboszlai. It's a logjam to the talent of natural width, leaving the attack feeling claustrophobic and predictable. While new names are flashy, the spine of the team is starting to show its age. Virgil van Dijk, now 34, is still an undisputed leader, but the aura of invincibility is fading. The highline defensive had that worked so well for years now being exploited. Without the recovery speed he had at 28, Wirtz is being left isolated by Arne Slot's ultra-aggressive fullbacks, Frimpong and Kerkez. They are so focused on attacking, they leave the old guard to defend 1v1 against 22 years old sprinters. Then there was Salah's problem. He's a legend, but aging is curve, hitting hit hard. Salah explosive pace, and the very thing is made Liverpool's counter-attack terrifying. Technically, Arne Slot moved away from the heavy metal football that fans loved. He wants a controlled symphony, 3-5 build-up, focus on slow methodical position. But here's why his music has stopped. Without Trent Alexander-Arnold, Liverpool has lost its quarterback. Trent used to bypass entire midfield with one pass. Now Liverpool relies on a 3-2 base at the back. It's safer, but it's a slow. Opponents like Nottingham Forest or Crystal Palace have figured out that if you just sit deep and clock the middle, Liverpool will simply pass sideways until they make a mistake. Florian Wirtz is a genius, but Slot is asking him to play a false 10 role or sometimes at the left wing side. Often sees him dropping so deep to help the build-up that there's no one left in the hole to create. When he goes get the ball, Alexander-Isak, a striker who thrives on service, is often left isolated against three defenders. It's a subtle position, lots of the ball but zero threat. Also, if you saw, Slot's fullback Frimpong and Kyrgyz play extremely high, almost like a wingers. While this should create overloads, it leaves Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahim Konate completely exposed. Teams are using the Galatasaray blueprint, wait for the turnover and launch one long ball into the massive space left behind Frimpong. It's why Liverpool has conceded 24 goals already. They have been countered to that. A pressing resistance also need. Like last season's Liverpool midfield, McAllister, Shabotza and Gravenberch was a pressing machine. This season, because they are so focused on keeping the shape for position and certain injuries of McAllister and Gravenberch, the genie pressing has become a passive. They aren't hunting the ball anymore. They are waiting for the triggers. In the Premier League, if you give a team like Man City or Brentford time on the ball, they will crave you open. Slot insists the system is right, but the player just need to adjust. But with the 9 losers and 12 matches during their recent owners run, it's luxury to say he might not have the best which he thinks it would be when the season has started after so many spent. Liverpool has talent, but they have lost their chaos, and at Anfield without chaos, it's just an 11-1 playing away. So the season is right off? Not quite, but for Arne Slot to salvage the reputation, January 2026 needs to be a month for correction, not just collection. First, defense. Liverpool is currently paying the price for missing out Mark Guay last summer. Reports suggested that they are going back for the England international to finally provide a long-term successor for Van Dijk. Adding a monster like sporting Ousmane Diamande would be an inject recovery pace needed to protect Slot's highline. Secondly, they must find a balance in attack. Rumors are swirling around that Bournemouth's Antonio Semenyo or a blockbuster move for the Real Madrid's Rodrigo. Liverpool desperately needs a true left winger to stretch the pitch. This would allow Isak to play centrally where he belongs, rather than drifting into the crowded midfield space occupied by the Florian Reds. And lastly, Salah's situation needs a clean resolution, whether it's a last dance recognition or a January exit. The team cannot afford the shadow of an unhappy legend hanging over there in the dressing room. Liverpool isn't sucking because the talent is gone. They are struggling because they have lost the balance between their glorious past and their expensive future. The champions are down at Anfield. You never stay down for long.